Let's welcome our host, Erica Wilson.
Great day, everyone. We're here live today with the girl Erica Wilson that it had to happen for our Monday night motivation. And listen, I have the NFL mothers of motivated sons here tonight. And our topic is using football as a bribe. As many of us know, if you want to keep it real, so many of us do try and bribe, not just our kids, but try to bribe our loved ones, our husbands, our wives, or whatever it may be. If you say you never tried to do a bribe do a bribe on anyone, I don't think that you'll be telling the truth. But you're going to find out tonight how we did it as parents of athletes, and it worked, right? So I'm going to bring on my sissy Sandra with us. Sissy Sam, welcome.
Welcome.
All right. And I see we have our other sister coming on in. Let's bring Melissa Berry in with us. Hey, Sissy. Can you hear us, Sissy?
Hey.
Hi. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I see you kind of dark there, but we got your voice. That's all right.
Yeah. So I'll just turn the camera off and I'll just.
No, just keep it like that. That's fine. That's fine. You can keep it like that as long as we can hear your voice. So tonight our topic is using football as a bribe. Right. So I was telling Sissy said in the introduction, I was like, a lot of times we use bribe, not just with our children, we use it on our loved ones, husband, wife, sister, whoever it may be, using the bribe to get kind of like we're going to talk about our kids and how we did it and how we used it to our advantage. So when I was looking up the topic, I looked under bribe and reward, Sissy. So I think they kind of go hand in hand. But the thing is, we just want to go ahead and speak on this topic, and I'm gonna play a video in the latter part of the show. But Sissy, Sam, we lost Sissy Melissa. I know she'll be back in. Go ahead and welcome our guest while I get prepared.
Sorry. Good evening, everyone. Welcome. Glad that you can join us again for motivational speaking, moms on the move, encouraging other NFL moms or moms that are preparing to become NFL moms.
Absolutely. Listen, and we're not under no circumstances are we trying to tell anyone what they should do. It's basically why is Sissy Melissa not on here? I don't know. But okay.
Hello.
I can hear your voice, but okay, I see what happened. Okay, that's fine. Also, we're gonna, by the end of the show, we just want to tell you what worked for us. We're not telling what you should do. We're just telling you what worked for us. And this is what we come on here every Monday. We missed last Monday's lady. I miss you all. But listen, I had to take a whole week off. Whew, to get refreshed and refocused, and it feel good. And we're glad to be back, right, ladies?
Yes.
Right.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and jump into this topic, using football as a bribe. So Quincy saying, starting with you, what would you say was your best bribe ever with your children when it came to
Ooh.
football?
Listen, could you repeat that?
I said, what was your best, now one of your best bribes with your children? Well, just what was your best bribe? It don't have to be pertaining to football. Just what was your best bribe or reward for your child? Trying to get your child to do the right thing.
That's a good one. Let's see. I would say that was kind of tough because I don't know if I bribed them or maybe I just encouraged them more. Um, I guess when they wanted to do something, or they wanted a pair, I would say a pair of Jordans. And in order to get them, I told them they had to make good grades, or they had to do. I had one child that I won't even mention that just wouldn't keep their room clean. So I was constantly telling them to keep their room clean. But if they did this, if they did it, then I would reward them with what they wanted. But other than that, I can't think of nothing out the way. Maybe Dad could think of something if he's on here, but I can't recall.
All right, so let's see
So
what Sissy Melissa says. Sissy Melissa, what was your best bribe when it came to your children? Can you hear me, Sissy?
I don't. Yes, I can hear you. I don't. Like Sissy said, that's a hard one. That's really a hard one. I know. I know. One time, when Damien started to grow his dreads and his grade, he got a D, I think, in a class, and he had just started growing them, and they had a pretty good length on them, and I made him cut them. And I said, if your grades suffer, you will not be allowed to get dreads. And so, I mean, that's the only thing I can think of. But for the most part, I don't think I bribed them to do anything. I may have threatened him, but bribing him, yeah, so no. I didn't bribe. I might have threatened him to do it. So,
yeah. But you know what, ladies?
Thing I can think of.
But the thing is, okay, I should have put like, what did we use as leverage? Pretty much. Because the thing is, we talk about it all the time, y'all. Like mine was, listen, if you don't do your thing in school, you will not touch the football field. And that was with the both of them. Not just that, you couldn't even bring me home a C. I know you could do better. So you brought me home anything under, if you brought me a C or a lower home, you were not getting your butt on that football field. So we talk about it all the time. So how you ladies got stuck? So you know what? Because they kind of go in hand, like Sissy Melissa says, she threatened them. Like, yeah, that you can use pretty much a bribe, a threat, or even they say a reward, right? And I see here that bro said Denzel wanted a tattoo. He had to keep up his grades. That could fall up under a bribe, right? I would say so. And then he said Quinny wanted dreads. I wouldn't let him get them, but he grew them when he went off to college. You see? So the thing is, I'm going to play this clip because this is kind of interesting what they were saying. And we're kind of much going to pretty much talk based on what the clip's speaking about. Because I kind of, when I watched it, I kind of begged to differ, but I'm gonna let you ladies see so we could get different opinions on it all, right? Because did we Melissa come in? Okay, I think she came in twice, but it's okay. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna play this clip, and I want to see what not just you ladies think. I want to see what the audience say as well. They say is bribing your children for good. Let's see. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
A lot of parents do it. You know it, bribing your children with cash in exchange for good behavior.
But is that an effective parenting strategy? CBS 2 Cindy Shu finds out.
A new survey by T. Rowe Price finds nearly 50% of parents admit to bribing their kids with money to encourage good behavior.
I wouldn't call it bribe, and I feel like that's just a way to reward them. I don't think bribing kids with money for good grades or even anything is appropriate.
Psychologist Dr. Jeffrey Gardier says it can be a slippery slope.
In the short term, it works. In the long term, it can be very disruptive because the child will expect money for everything that they do, and that's not how society works.
But he says if money works to motivate your child, it's okay. But don't rely on that strategy and use it sparingly for certain things.
Grades, getting your child to read more, and chores.
He says it's better to find other ways to reward good behavior. Callum Johnson is in high school and says his parents use fun events to encourage good grades.
Nice dinner. Party maybe with your friends.
Other parents keep things in check with a weekly allowance.
If he does something that's not appropriate, his allowance taken away from him.
Vera Badachev is a new mom and says she's not so sure about ever bribing her son with cash. But says, you never know.
I don't know if I would do that, but never say never. We'll see.
No matter how you feel about using cash to motivate your kids, financial experts say you should talk early and often to your children about the value of money and the importance of saving it. I'm here for Side. CBS 2 News.
Well, the survey also found that more than 80% of parents say that games are a good way to teach kids about money.
Right.
I said I wouldn't do a lot of things.
Same here.
I ended up doing them.
Okay. So we heard them say it's not, basically it's not that good to bribe your kids with money. Excuse me, because later on the later on effects of bribing your kids with money. But since he's saying, when you do good on your job, do they reward you?
I get paid to do my job, but they don't reward me. They probably would compliment me and say like, good job well done, or something like that.
But you do get bonuses, correct? No bonuses? Well, I know some jobs do give out bonuses for good performance. You bring in the company money, they do reward you for that. If you're doing, if you have a great performance or a good performance, I know that they do reward you. So, and that's some jobs. But, as a kid, it's not just with the money aspects of it. It's like, look, even nephew said about them C's. That's what you put in the comment, So at the end of the day, you just think about that. Like, I just think as kids, they should want to do the right thing, but they're kids. They're growing. You make mistakes to learn to do better, right? So if it can be, the tool can be beneficial, depends how you go about using it. Am I correct? What would you say, Sissy?
I agree. It's kind of tricky because if you start out rewarding them for doing, I would say doing things that they're supposed to do. Because if you're going to school, you're supposed to get good grades. I feel that that's your job. Your job is to go to school, get your grade. I don't think we should reward them for doing something that they're supposed to do, but you can reward them, and then it may get to a point to the older they get, they would expect it. So they would be like, okay, well, I got an A in this class. You're not going to give me anything. It's kind of hard. It's like a double standard, if you would say. But at the lower level, I would say it's a good motivator. It's a good motivator. And then I think as they get older, you can find a different way to motivate them, instead of giving money.
Agree. Let's see what Sissy Melissa says. Sissy Melissa?
That's true. Going to school, I'm not going to pay you to do something you're supposed to do. That's a given. So, I can say, I would guess it's a bribe, because when Damien was smaller in Pee Wee, like, he liked to eat. So we would tell him, okay, if you score 3 touchdowns, you can eat whatever you want. We can go out and eat wherever you want to go. You get to choose. So I guess in essence, that's a bribe, for him to perform really well on the field. And then even when he got in high school.
I think we lost her. Okay, while we're waiting on Sissy Melissa, nephew says that was y'all number one quote. Your only job is to go to school and get good grades. So as Sissy Melissa was saying, she was saying that I'm not going to pay you for what you should do, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the thing is, though, that's another catch-22, because here it is. Some people give their kids money for chores. You're
Mm-hmm.
supposed to keep your room clean. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? You're supposed to pick up after yourself, and things like that. So it is kind of like a catch-22. Um, Again, I just really think, though, it can be beneficial, and not do it to like a where I don't know. It's a catch-22. I don't know. Come on, audience, come on in, because
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I just don't know, because at the end of the day, even even now, in football, right? You may not get money, but they give you what? The reward, like
Mm-hmm.
the Heisman reward, the all those other type of rewards that they have out there. You still receive something, but I just
Mm-hmm.
think it goes to a whole nother level when people go to talking about it being monetary. So Sissy
Mm-hmm.
Melissa is back. Let's see what she was saying. Go ahead, Sissy, and finish.
Hey, yeah, I was just saying, when Damien was in high school, we would tell him, for every touchdown, he got something. For every interception, he got money. But also with that, if he fumbled or um, caused a negative play, then he got deducted. So, I think that was, motivation. We were just using that as a motivational tool. Well, we really didn't have to, because he loved the game.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, and with that being said, we didn't have to pay him anything to play the game, but we just thought that was something extra
Yeah.
to push him a little more.
Right. Right. I agree. Sometimes we use, well, maybe should we say motivation? Motivation, leverage, bribe, reward.
Yeah.
I just think they kind of like all tie into the same thing, because again, like bro said, I don't think you have to reward a kid for doing what they're supposed to do, but at least some type of favor. That so I totally agree with bro with that. Totally, totally agree. And then Sissy, think about this. You're building um you're building their character, you're motivating them. And that's what we said. Mothers are motivated sons, right? We're motivating them to do, how when you get, think about when you get a reward, you want to do something better or something even similar to that, or go a step further, right? So it's
Right.
always it's always going to make you bring it. So at the
Mm-hmm.
end of the day, I think that's what we're doing. We're like kind of like just giving them a little push, just to say, okay, you can do better. And then later on down the line, you speak to your kids while you're raising them and tell them, okay, this is, you getting this because you've done that. But don't think that this, you're entitled. Oh, thank you, Holy Ghost. Don't think that you're entitled once you get older. I'm
Mm-hmm.
doing this to motivate you, son, daughter. But don't think that you have this sense of entitlement when
Right.
you get older, because the world might not do what we're gonna do as your parent.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So don't let that discourage you. Don't let that, just take it, with a grain of salt. Let's see what Shannon says. Shannon says, my granddaughter already made good grades, but I told her if she keeps that up, I will make her favorite banana pudding. Okay,
That's good.
that's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. And the thing is, it just will motivate them to do better. So what
Mm-hmm.
would you say, Sissy, that will be a bad bribe?
A bad bribe. Money.
Money? Okay.
Yeah, I would say money, because again, the older they get, they'll probably be expecting that, and then they'll be probably expecting more of the money. So say you reward them with $20. As they go up, grow older, they may say, well, I've been getting $20 since elementary school or middle school, high school. I think I need more than that. So it's just yeah, I would say financial money, the money part.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna take it a little step further because I want Bro to come in on this one too, because this one here it happens so much, far too often in Little League. A lot of times, you have people that's on the park, just to keep it real. If your child is doing something good or won them money, they would try and reward your child. I don't know if you ever saw this, experienced this, or anything like of that source, but I know that it definitely happens on, in Optimus, Little League as they call it now. But that's a whole nother monster right there. Because I was just talking to someone today and he said something that stuck out to me. And he said that I asked him about his son playing ball. He said, I'm not really going to push them, because they have their favorites. He said, so what I'll do, I'll just, work them out. Then next year, his senior year, let him go ahead and go if he want to. But just to hear that happens way too often, and that start down in Little League, right? You don't really give a lot of the kids an opportunity.
Yeah.
Look, Sissy Michele said that Bryant McKinnie, he didn't even play until I think she say high school. So just think about the kids that's robbed of the opportunity to get out there and showcase their talent. How do you learn?
But it happens across the board, not just in Little League,
Yeah.
high school, college, and probably at the professional level as well.
I believe that. I totally believe that. But I just, I never in college, I don't think I saw that. But in high school and Little League, yeah. Even in track. It ain't just football, y'all. It's in track. I'm sure it's across the board with any kind of sport, But just to know that it's happening. But again, if you're doing this as a parent, because our topic is using football as a bribe, and that's what we, kind of had a little leverage over, with our kids. Because again, like Sissy Melissa said, and I know Denzel loved the game, and I know Alan loved the game. So they, you couldn't really get out of line because they knew,
right?
Oh, no field, boy, don't even play, But at the end of the day, I don't recall me ever. I'm just gonna keep it 100 with y'all. I like to be transparent. I didn't make my kids do chores. They didn't have any chores, I don't know if that's a single mother thing. I don't know what it is. But Sissy, did your kids have chores?
Their chores was just to keep their room clean because they were boys, so it's like bedroom / locker room. And I just couldn't deal with that. So that was my pet peeve with them. Please keep your room clean. Keep your room clean. And that was it.
Right.
They really didn't have, chores, just their room. And that was it.
Well, let's take it a step further. What about tooth fairy? Because they say when you lose your tooth, what you supposed to do?
Oh, put money under the pillow.
Hello, somebody. So again, is that a bribe? You know what I'm saying? Like
I never knew the logic behind that, but you put the money under the teeth. So does that mean the rest of your teeth need to come out for you to get more money?
Exactly. Or what if you have two teeth that come out at the same time?
You got the devil to pay.
And so so funny because my God, baby, he just lost a tooth, and I was like, "Oh, you snaggerpuss, Carter." And he talking about, "I know, God." I said, "Well, where your tooth at? Did you put it under the pillow?" He goes, I don't know where it's at, but he went and found that thing. I said, "Make sure you put it under the pillow so you can get some money." And then he was like, "Oh yeah, because I'm getting ready to lose two more." And he started doing his hand, and he's only four.
Double the money, triple.
Yeah. So let's see what bro say. Bro says, "And them dishes and garbage."
Oh, that
Okay.
was this. Yeah, Junior.
And then, oh, that was nephew. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
And then bro said it still happens in college as well. I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure. I'm sure. I'm and Sissy even said maybe even the pro level. We heard. I used to hear a price tag on your head. Didn't one of the coaches get fired? Raiders coaches, didn't he get fired for something with the players? Putting hits out on players. Somebody was one of those coaches. I'm not sure. Don't call me on it,
Not
but it
sure.
was one of them. Yeah, but the thing about it is, still, you have the tooth fairy. You have let's move it on up, right? Our kids into the adult world, where now
Mm-hmm.
they have to fend for themselves. And here it is, they do something good. And do you think Denzel will be looking for a reward for somebody uh for doing good?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think once you enter into the adult world,
Hmm.
I think the motivation should come from verbal encouragement,
Hmm.
verbal accomplishment, and um, yeah, just complimenting them on what they accomplished or the whatever it is that they did. I don't think anything as far as monetary or gifts or anything like that at that level is really needed because
Yeah.
I think at that point they have experienced everything growing up, and they probably, well, like nephew and Denzel, they have kids, so now they see everything that we tried to instill in them are instilled in them when they was
Right.
growing up to get to this point. So I think at that age it's just motivation, encouragement, compliments.
Yeah, I would totally, totally agree with that. And you said that so well, Sissy, because at the end of the day, when they become adults, I don't think, and that's what they were speaking about in that clip. They said that maybe when you do give the monetary rewards, that later on down the line it can hinder them. I don't think so. It's again you talking to your child and you letting them know, and they're them not having that sense of entitlement. And with our kids, they just want to do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? And I recall a time when um Alan, I can't remember what team it was he was playing on, and they lost big time. And I was saying, son, I said, you know what? I said, but you had a good game. He said, Mom, I don't care nothing about that. We lost. You see, he was like, I don't care
Yeah.
about we lost. I don't want to basically I don't want to hear that because we lost. It's not about me, it's about
Hmm.
the team. So at the end of the day, I think that's one of the greatest things that we could have ever instilled in our children, talking to them. Because a lot
Hmm.
of times as parents, we don't know how to talk with our kids. We talk at our kids,
Hmm.
and you'll get them to shut down and they won't
Right.
talk as much. So bro says, my kids is my motivation to oh no, okay, God,
Nothing.
I'm gonna get it right. Nothing say, my kids is my motivation to continue striving to do better. See, it ain't always monetary, you
Hmm.
know. And again, you said it when they became parents, now they know what they were
Hmm.
taught. So they want to instill it in their children. Awesome, awesome sauce, nephew. Bro, say I did it. Bro, what did you
Hmm.
do? I think because we skipped over, we were moving too fast. I didn't get a chance to see. What did you do, bro? Can you put it in the comments? He said that happened with the Saints. Okay, I knew it happened with somebody, bro. I knew it was in that league when yeah. So again, when you become a parent, you know, you wanna again, I think do as much as you can to keep your kids motivated, especially nowadays.
Yes.
Whoa, we have
Mhm.
to do it so much because guess what? Who, just to keep it real, who is really raising our kids outside of us? The
Mhm.
internet. If
Mhm.
you allow your kids to enter this world of social media, again,
Mhm.
you're allowing social media or maybe the game system to raise up your child.
Mhm.
And that
Mhm.
was another leverage with the game system. Okay, listen, play around if you want to, you won't even play that game. And it was
Mhm.
certain games that they were allowed to play. And
Yeah.
that's just, in my house, that's just what it was, you know. But again, I can say that only by the grace of God, our kids are who they are today. God loaned us our children and he allowed us to be parents to them to instill some great values and morals into those young men.
Yeah. Mhm.
And so I thank God for that, and we have our bragging rights. It's not that, we could pat ourselves on the shoulder or the back and says job well done. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? Because
Mhm.
our kids are a true example of us. Look what your son
Yeah.
just said. His kids is his motivation to
Mhm.
continue to striving to do better. So
Yeah.
again, as an adult, he has something to make him want to do better. So
Mhm.
what's wrong with doing that for our children, sissy?
It's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong at all. It's just that, you have to know when to stop it.
Right.
When they're younger, you have to just know when to stop it. And then once they become adults, just again, motivation, verbal, compliment, be there for them. Like they say, it takes a village.
Yes,
It takes a
Jesus.
village, but we don't want the wrong village.
Hello, somebody.
We
You
don't want the
definitely
wrong
don't.
village.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You see what nephew says? He said being able to talk with your parents or elder people is a reward itself. Whoa, nephew, you hit home with that. That was
Mhm.
a home run right there. That was
Mhm.
a home run right there. Again, you have to learn how to talk with people and not at people, especially your
Mhm.
children. Because you go to talking at them, you're gonna shut them down. And
Yeah.
again, he said, people are a reward. And sissy, we
Mhm.
have to know our worth. We talk about it all the time. If you don't respect my presence, you definitely gonna respect you're gonna be feeling my absence. Because at
Mhm.
the end of the day, I just feel like, again, how they said about bringing the table, that was our topic before, bringing the table to the table. And when
Mhm.
you're at the table, sissy, you don't have to try to be front row seat. You can have any
Yeah.
seat at the table because you know what you bring. It's your worth. People are
Mhm.
valuable, and again, don't take a good person, for granted.
Yeah.
You heard nephew just says it's a reward itself.
Mhm.
Oh my God.
Exactly.
You about to make me start preaching up in here, nephew. But listen, I'm gonna take it to a whole nother level. Think about it. Your credit cards, right?
Mhm.
When you
Mhm.
use some of your credit cards, what do they have on them? Because I know I got a couple of them say rewards.
Reward.
So if you spend so much or you go to a particular establishment,
Mhm.
you get rewarded.
Yep. Cash
So
reward, points rewards that you can redeem. Yes, you can.
exactly. But it's a catch 22 with that too, because you
Mhm.
said what your dad told you. If you don't have the cash, don't buy it.
That's right.
Because at the
That's
end of the
right.
day, you're gonna say, oh, if I use my card, I could get these rewards. And then a lot of
Mhm.
times you forget about those rewards and sometimes they expire.
Mhm. Mhm. Yep.
So again, think about that. Yeah, you may be getting the rewards, but think about the interest rate.
Mhm. The interest rate. Yep.
right. Niece is on here. Hey, Kwanzaa. But listen, let me tell you, tonight's topic is using football as a bribe. That was our topic, but y'all, we're gonna go ahead and get on this Kings over here. My God, sissy.
Oh God. Yeah.
Oh my God. Nothing to the kids, nothing to the kids. This is not a bash.
Mm-mm.
I don't, yeah, let's just move on. No, let's go back to our topic. Because sitting there at that game,
Disappointment.
big disappointment.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna tell you one thing though about Canes, diehard Cane fans. I love them. Not that we promote any type of violence on here, but sissy, you can't go into somebody's stadium talking junk and we lose it.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
I felt. Did you see how they clobbered those two guys?
No.
So embarrassed. Sissy, one guy did nothing. He didn't even fight back. My thing is, we talked about it before. I think he was drunk. I think he consumed too much alcohol.
Probably.
Again, he began to talk or whatever, and of course,
Mm-hmm.
we're losing. So who wants to hear that, right? And
Mm-hmm.
then all of a sudden, I see somebody just go at him. He didn't, and the police had the guy who, I think he had his hands or something, but he was trying to take him out of the stadium, and these people the police couldn't even handle it. And I just was like,
Wow.
oh my God. But then I guess his friend, his partner, whoever it was, he did swing, and oh my God, that was the worst thing he could have ever done. And they actually left bloodied all up. I mean, again, we don't condone any type of violence,
Right.
because it's just a game. You understand? Nobody's
Mm-hmm.
getting paid but the coaches and
Mm-hmm.
the networks and things like that. But we should not conduct ourselves as such. And just to see what took place, I just was like, oh my God. Think about the kids that's in that area.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
we have to do better as adults when we go to these games. I don't care. Consume your alcohol if that's what you want to do. So
Yeah.
more be, but please do know your limits.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, just respect people's presence.
Mm-hmm.
Nephew said people are reward itself, but just to know that you're gonna have some players, some fans from the different team, the other opposing team, right?
Mm-hmm.
But and it's like that too when you go to FSU, don't you know? We've
Yeah.
been there, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah. Been there.
again, it's just consuming the alcohol and letting the alcohol consume you. That's what it is, and not being able to carry yourself in a respectful way, respecting people's presence. You can't
Mm-hmm.
be in somebody's face saying X, Y, and Z, and we're losing. Come on,
Yeah.
we just
Yeah.
cannot do it. But I thoroughly enjoyed Sissy Melissa and her family. We had a good time. At the beginning of the game, they was rocking. Let me tell you, they was rocking in the beginning of the game. It brought back memories. But it's different when you're there and no one, none of the kids
Mm-hmm.
on the team. So it's kind of a little different. And I was just saying, my God. But it did bring back memories when we were there. And I just was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. It was a good turnout. It definitely was a good turnout. And you got to be honest, the FSU fans, they were flooding the building.
I'm
They were,
quite sure they always do.
yeah, yeah. And again, like if you're a diehard fan, you ride with the babies. Like I think I know they could get a little discouraged if they see the fans walking out when they're losing. I mean, as a parent, you know, it's discouraging for me to see here it is. Well, you know what? I got to be honest. I even wanted to leave, but I stayed.
Right.
But at the end of the day, you want to stay and support these babies. They out there playing their hearts out. Just a couple of mistakes was made. It could be corrected. Don't come back when they start winning or they start doing good. You have to ride or die.
Mm-hmm.
If you say Canes for life, be Canes for life.
Yeah.
Don't just when they up, or they say when you wait, how I go? When you up, how Cardi B is that Cardi B say that sis? When you up, I don't know, however that song go. But at the end of the day, just support. And that's not just in college, that's in
I
even,
love
even
myself.
in pro level too, because they do that in pro level as well.
Hmm. I
So
still say, I still say, women should coach football. They should have some kind of say when these players not doing right.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It's just, and I'm not saying it like in a bad way. I'm just saying like for motivation, because
Yeah.
sometimes I think, and chime in audience, and help
Mm-hmm,
me out. But I think sometimes when players hear, I won't say criticism, but
mm-hmm.
when they hear things from a different perspective or from a female, they may be more receptive to it and may just go out there and play harder. That's those are my thoughts. That's how I think, and that's how I just always feel.
But you know what? That's good, Sissy, that you said that. Never thought of that. Never thought of that because guess what? Guys are going to be like more, we're nurturers, right? We're going
Mhm.
to know how to kind of get them calmed down and,
Mhm.
again, not be as harsh as it will come off from a man.
Mhm.
Um, so that's a good point. We might need to put that out there because that's
Mhm.
a good point.
Like during halftime, just have somebody go speak to them,
Yeah.
to motivate them, to keep them encouraged, level head,
Mm-hmm.
and get all that anger and hostility out. Because if they're losing and
Mm-hmm.
they go in at halftime, they're not gonna want to hear what no other player got to say to them. It's gonna go in one ear, come out the other ear, and it's just not gonna make no sense.
Yeah.
So I just feel like if a female can be present to just take it to a whole nother level,
Mm.
you may see different results.
And you see here, nephew says different players respond to different types of coaching. That's
Hmm.
it right there.
And he's a
You know,
college student, so.
a college student speaking. Yeah.
Mhm.
And the thing is that it's so good. And let's see what other nephew said. I think the Chiefs have a female coach. They do. They do. They do. But the thing is, like he said, different players respond to different types of coaching, right? That's just like a parent. Go back to the parent when you're talking to your child.
Mhm.
Again, even the coaches have to learn how to talk with the kids and not at the kids.
Mhm.
If you go in swearing at those kids, calling them every name but the child of God, come on. What do you think is going to happen? You know,
Mhm.
and get into the pro level, and this is being done, right? You got to remember they're going to take it because guess why? This is their job.
Mhm.
You understand?
Mhm.
This is their job. But what happens if you have, say, for instance, God forbid, oh, Jesus, God forbid, a kid maybe just went through a rough patch, right? Let's
Mhm.
take it back to the college level. A kid may have went through a rough patch, and then this coach is coming in down on them, speaking down to them. That could break a kid if they're
Mhm.
not mentally stable. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Mentally strong. So it could kind of like break a kid. Come on, Darius, help me out with this. But just know that here it is. Like I'm going through. I'm trying to push my way through, coach. Now the coach know what you done went through. You
Mhm.
understand? And I remember one of Alan's teammates, and I could hear her voice right now. God bless her soul. Jesus. I can hear her in my head right now because that was the voice that you run, Mike, run. And this lady voice would like radiate, you know.
Mhm.
And I remember her passing, right?
Mhm.
He missed his mom's funeral and came to the game. It was a championship. He said because that's what she would have wanted.
Wow.
So think about this. The young man, not saying that this happened, guys, so do not take this and run with this. Just think about if he done missed his mom's funeral, he got in the game and made a mistake, and the coach talked down to him.
Mhm. Mm-hmm.
he could lose it. You
Yeah.
understand? Not just walk away from the game, but he could lose it and lay some hands. You know what I'm saying? Because
Mm-hmm.
again, like I'm pushing my way through this. I did not even go to my mom's funeral, but I'm here as a teammate trying to do my best.
Right.
And there are going to be mistakes that's going to be made in life, period. That's how we learn. The
Mm-hmm.
mistakes happen. What do you learn from it? Do you let it motivate you, or do you let it keep you stuck at the end of the day? So again, different types of coaching, like nephew said, players respond to different type of coaching. And again, that it's not a bribe, but it still falls under what our topic
Mm-hmm.
was tonight,
Yeah.
you
Mm-hmm.
know, because you have to have that special someone to be able to get through to someone.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, we down bad. What if they're losing?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to hear, you don't want to hear that.
Right.
You want something that's going to motivate you. You want something that's, again, like I said, we nurture. So we're going to come in and try to bring, we're going to bring our little soft touch in.
Right.
And sometimes it takes that.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think that they have chapels there?
That's what I
Because
was.
it
That's what I was
takes the
getting ready to
word.
say. Mm-hmm.
you know. So man, I tell you, this here was a good topic, using football as a bribe. We also talked about we canes for life, y'all. Win or lose, canes for life. Let me
Yeah.
tell you. At the end of the day, our kids was there.
Mm-hmm.
They lost some games, and we'll lose at some point. And
Mm-hmm.
again, it don't stop them.
Mm-hmm.
Don't stop them. You just have to keep putting your best foot forward. And I think personally, we're going to do a recap of the whole entire segment. Here it is. We watched the clip saying that some parents or some people didn't think that you should reward your kids with monetary gifts. To each his own. We're not here to tell anybody what they should or should not do. This is what we did and the leverage that we had. We don't call it a bribe. I call it leverage. What you call it, sissy?
Leverage, motivation.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, to make our kids do better. Not that, we didn't think that they could. We knew that they could do better. So this is
Mm-hmm.
why we had those things to put in place to say, okay, you do this, you could get that, you know. Um and I think it teach them some value.
Mm-hmm.
Teach them how to value. Because if you give a kid everything, they're not gonna value things.
Mm-mm. They only value it when they have to purchase it themselves.
Hello.
But when it's given,
Yeah.
it doesn't have much value to it to them.
True. And even the Bible says, too much is given, much is required. That's what it
Mm-hmm.
says. But at the end of the day, here it is. If we do decide to reward our kids, or, bribe them, or, use the leverage, motivation, or whatever with money, it's still, I think, a tool that can be used uh, in a positive way.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Nephew say, preach, mom. I know that's right, nephew. But yeah. So at the end of the day, whatever works for you in your situation, if it's working, why fix
Mm-hmm.
it?
Yeah,
At the end of the day, just
absolutely.
basically talk with your kids and let them know, like, look, I'm doing this for you, but talk to them also about the sense of entitlement, because as adults, we're sometimes feel entitled as well,
Mm-hmm.
to certain things, and I don't recall being bribed from my mother. I think, by my mom, my father passing at a young age, and she was, a single mom. I think she just gave us everything. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. I didn't know what a struggle was until I had my children, because my
Mm-hmm.
mom, she was that mom that, like, I don't even I don't even think I had chores. And mom, if you on here, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't even think that I had chores. So I think maybe that's why I didn't, make my kids do it either. But then again, I didn't really have to tell them to do much. Inky, at the age of 15, let me tell you something. My baby was selling his candy in school, okay? He was a candy man. And came home one day and say, Mom, I got a job. And I was like, you got a what? He was like, yeah, I got a job. Went on to McDonald's. Let me tell you something. Worked his little job. I helped him buy his first car. And that's what it was. Again, he knew that he had to work for what he wanted. So again, bribe and reward, motivation, in all time. Listen, you're making them strive for better. You heard it here from nephew. And who says this? Nephew says, as parents, y'all made it look easy. Woo.
Mm-hmm. And
Nephew.
that's like my mom used to always tell me, like growing up, be careful how you do everything for your kids. Well, I won't say do everything for them, what you give them, because it'll come a time to where you giving, and then you can't give. And that's the part that's going to hurt. So I took that into consideration a lot too, because I was always, whatever they wanted, I tried to make it happen, or we tried to make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
And then she had a conversation and said, it's a good thing what you're doing, but be mindful, because it'll come a time to where you can't give. And that's the part that's gonna really hurt.
He got me crying on this one because that's hard. Because at the end of the day, like you said, nephew, your key word in that, what you just said is look. A lot of times as people, we make things look easy. And I used to say, be careful how you treat people, because somebody is fighting something that we know nothing about. And the thing is, they could dress up the outside so good, and the inside, they're dying, they're drowning. I won't say dying, they're drowning in hurt. So as parents, we have to keep that smile. We have to keep that positivity, or those positive vibes for our children, because again, we're their motivation. We're their, basically we're their lifeline, and they could feel when we're a little off. We think that they can't, but I know now, after doing an interview and talking with my kids, that I didn't know that they knew half of the things that we went through, Sissy. So when you said, what happens when you can't give, and let me tell you something, in parents, if you're under the sound of my voice and you're giving, please, I'm not telling you not to reward your kids, and I'm not telling you, I'm just telling you, like, it's good. If it ever was to come a time where you can't do, I can say I don't think my kids reacted to me when I couldn't do, right? Because I remember Alan telling a story about nephew, I'm trying to keep my makeup cute, okay? But I remember him saying he didn't ask for it because he knew that I didn't have it to give. It was things that he wanted, but he didn't ask for it because he knew that I didn't have it to give. That's a hard pill to swallow as a parent. So as a child, he was thinking this. As a child. So, okay, nephew, I got you. I'm gonna get you back. He said, bro said, my kids made parenting easy. Yep, bro. I totally agree. Mine too. Yeah, and that's a good thing. That says a lot about you both as parents. That says a lot. And Yeah. I think we as parents, though, we made it hard, then our kids made it hard for us because we
Mm-hmm.
wanted to be the best parent that we knew how.
Yeah.
You say sorry, Auntie. Yeah, I'm gonna get you back. I'm gonna get you back. But yeah, as parents, we want to be the best parent there is. You
Mm-hmm.
know, so bro, yeah, that's awesome. My kids made parenting easy.
Mm-hmm.
Good thing I would say. And aw, niece says yes, the best. Yeah, but it's and then look at that, right? He said we made it look easy as a parent.
Mm-hmm.
No parent should ever put pressure on a child for something uh as an adult. Like we said, as kids, we know that they know what they're supposed to do, right? And as our children, we don't want to put so much pressure on them until if they were to make a mistake, they beat themselves down.
Mm-hmm.
But then that's where that nurturer come in at. If
Mm-hmm.
they talk to you now, they gotta talk
Mm-hmm.
to you because you got to know what's wrong. Because that's the only way you can fix something. If you can admit and you're not in denial and you can admit what's wrong, then we can work on the problem to find a solution, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But we have to know what's wrong. So we don't try to put much pressure on our kids, but do the right thing, sons. Not gonna say sons because we both have all sons.
Mm-hmm.
Do the right thing, sons. And again, what the Bible says, you sow and you sow
Mm-hmm.
good, you get good. You reap
Mm-hmm.
bad, you get bad.
Yeah.
I can say like Inky, yeah, Inky got whooping, sis. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Inky got whippings.
Mm-hmm.
Inky was like that little daredevil, but I don't even recall me ever beating Allen, ever. Because all I had to do is just threaten, or bribe, or um,
Mm-hmm.
something that he really liked to get in my line. It was like little simple stuff. I used to be Inky for sliding down. We had stairs in the house, and him and the kids, my nieces, they would take these blankets and pillows, and they would slide down the stairs. Y'all could get hurt like that,
Yeah.
So look at, oh my good nephew, my eyelash about to come off. I'm glad we at the end of the show. But so it's different ways that you all could go about, not even as parents. I'm telling you, as loved ones or whatever. Um, it's different ways you could go about motivating people to get what you want because y'all gotta realize everybody wants something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what they tell you, everybody wants something. Trust
Agree.
and believe, you
Mm-hmm.
know. Um, and again, it's how can you say it? Everybody wants something. It's just bottom line. It might
Mm-hmm.
not be monetary, but everybody wants something. So we're gonna finish these two comments, Sissy. Uh oh, this is the kid's grandmother. Great afternoon. She always called me Eric. It's Erica, Miss Hearns. Hope everything is well with you and the rest of the family. Give them all my love and God bless you all. God bless you, Miss Hearns. Thank you. Um, bro says Denzel got it more than
He did. He did. He did.
I can't believe that because he's such a character.
And that's why he got it. That's why he got it.
Oh
But
my God.
he's feeling it now. He got his own.
Listen. Oh, parents, that's another thing. Let me tell you.
Mhm.
That saying is very much true.
Yes, ma'am.
It's very much true. Listen, I'm a witness, and I say all the time, like I know that I gave my mama a run for her money. I know I did. Oh my gosh, I know I did, y'all. I stayed in trouble, y'all. I
Yeah.
got kicked out of high school, y'all. I had to go to a bad school. But yeah. So when I had Inky, I got it. Inky was a character too. And it got to a point, sis, where he used to be like this. Like, you really think you did something? Beat his butt. And he like this. You really think just
Mhm.
I said,
Yeah.
okay, I got something for your butt.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. But hey, listen, that saying is true, y'all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
much
Yeah.
so. And my mom used to say, Erica, keep living.
Yep. That's it. Keep living. Yes. Yes.
Hey, that's all. All right, guys, we're right here at the end of our show. Tomorrow at 5:30, I will have the prayer broadcast with the Bishop Kenny Berry and the beautiful Satara J from Get in the Game. And then on Wednesday, I will have oh my gosh, hold up, charge it to my head and not my heart. Unsure Faith by Miss Deborah Ingnet. She will be here with us on Thursday at 6 p.m. And then on Thursday, I will have a young lady. I'm not going to even tell the topic. You guys just have to watch the Facebook post and see what that topic will be and what it will be about. And also, guys, you can buy stars. If we're doing a good job here on It Had to Happen on Facebook, it's something called stars that you guys can hit. I don't know if it's a purchase. I don't know what it is, but support us, guys. We get on here every Monday. We missed last Monday, but it was for a good cause. We all needed rest. We got the rest, but here it is. You can hit those stars and show us some love. Share this broadcast. It may can help somebody. We get on here. We talk about different topics, and we're only telling our experiences, our journeys, and what we did as parents with our motivated sons. Because y'all, we got some awesome sons all the way across the board in the NFL and out of the NFL. Our sons are amazing. I mean, we have Darius up in
Rhode Island.
Rhode Island. He's in college doing his thing. And listen, he's doing his thing on the field and in the classroom, guys. You couldn't even ask for more. So that says a whole lot about you and bro, sis. And then we have Junior holding it down as a great father and husband, y'all. Let me tell you something. That says a whole lot as well. At the end of the day, listen, we don't strive to be, well, we're not perfect, but we strive to be just as close to it as possible. And if we can share our stories and it blesses anyone, we've done our job because we are blessed to be a blessing. And as Alan said, never let anyone write your story. And it don't matter where you start, but it do matter where you finish.
Right.
Hold on. Do not give up. Sissy, what would be your words of encouragement before we leave?
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Great minds think alike.
Keep pushing and hold on. The best is yet to come.
Amen, y'all. She had me crying the other day. She said, "What's that this morning? You sent me that."
Oh, this morning.
Yeah. Listen, we always have each other back. We always can feel when one of us is going through some things. But I'm telling you, if you could get into a place where you could just get with God, and let me tell you something, and just begin. You don't even have to utter anything out your mouth. Just begin to get into a praise. Listen to a praise song or any gospel music. Music does something for me. I don't know about anybody else, but if you are going through anything, just get into. I'm telling, put some gospel music on. It's gonna make you say something out your mouth. If you can't utter anything out your mouth when you listening to even something inspirational, motivational, it's gonna make you say something. It may be hard, guys, but listen, do hold on. Because I'm telling you, you got to keep going. Like Sissy said, don't give up. Please don't give up. There's light at the end of the tunnel. God is so great. And he wants so much for us. And he has so much for us. But we just have to get ourselves in line to be able to receive it. Because he have enough for us all. He could bless us all with the same exact thing. That's just how big and great he is, guys. So until next time, God bless you all. Thank you so much for tuning in here with us at It Had to Happen. You guys rock. Let me tell you something. The audience was so engaging. Sissy, I love how the fam bam come on and always support us and be engaging. That's what we want here at It Had to Happen, y'all. So, guys, the Perryman family, guys, you rock. And that is my bonus family. Until next time, God bless you all. y'all. Sissy, send out some virtual hugs and some virtual love. Because, guys, we love you here at It Had to Happen. Be blessed. Have a blessed week. God bless you. Bye-bye.
Erica's Empowering Empire. 88 Blessings Soar Movement. It had to happen. It would be so rare. We'd love for you to join us by subscribing to our YouTube channel. It had to happen with Erica Wilson. Following our social media.